He's coming off a 10-point game against the Rockets in Houston. 44 seconds left in the first half.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
He kicks it to Barnes. It's deflected. Thompson in the corner. Green inside the three-point line. No good off the front iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Freak. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. And it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough. Room to get that.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do. Warriors, Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Barnes in for Andre Iguodala.
And remember, Klay Thompson's father, my former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
So on the floor for Denver, Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Wilson Chandler out there with Arthur. Then there's Harris, and it's Laverne in at the 5. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trail Blazers delivered quite a performance. He ended with 17 points, and it seemed every trip down he would end up at the line. A lot of free throws for him. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Curry. And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft, and Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And, you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
Chandler, the pass to Freak. 1:37 left to play here in the third. 17-foot shot on the way.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The drive by Thompson.
You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play, and those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
Checking out the game Klay Thompson is having. He's got 10 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Well, great for Thompson, a hard-working defender. You were talking about it. Do you think Clark, his offensive style, frees him up to put more energy into defense?
Well, you know, it could be. I mean, he's extremely smooth. He's uber smooth in how he operates. He doesn't have to drive the lane and absorb a lot of contact to get his shot off, and he's quick and efficient with his offense. So that does leave him more energy for the defensive end.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Arthur kicks to Chandler. A 3-ball. Can't hit. And Golden State will come the other way. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
Exactly. They were the aggressors. They played a grinded-out, gritty style that they'd be wise to emulate tonight.
Freak kicks to Arthur. Chandler outside. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Chandler's got 5 points now this quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens. Change here. Livingston's checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Freaks checked in for Gallinari. The Warriors have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Curry is out there with Livingston, and it's Bogut in at the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here is Livingston. Baseline J on the way, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Here's Fareed, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 8th assist here tonight. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. With the game hanging in the balance, he tried to give his players some added motivation, saying, quote, "This is the time, guys. Right now. Be in this moment. Do your job, and we'll get the win." Back to you.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Golden State. And Bogut slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run. Don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to him.
Green, the screen. The drive by Thompson. Augustine grabs the board. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jokic. Money! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
He hushed him up with that shot.
Well, a huge bucket there to stifle the crowd. You're right.
Yeah, very little to cheer about for them at
the moment. Here's Iguodala. The pass to Curry. 5-second differential between the shot clock and they double.
The amount of confidence you have when the ball.
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
It's stolen by Bogut. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports postgame show. Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan play. Stephen Curry. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another. What are your And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
It's a road game for the Nuggets, and they are facing an interconference matchup in today's game. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. With almost an entire new group here. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Tony Roten. So on the floor for Denver. Freak, he's in at 3. Boudier out there with Harris. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Here's Williams, and he hits it to tie the game up.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
The Nuggets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, earlier I spoke with Kurt Rambis. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Well, guys, give us your thoughts on that.
Well, I think for a team that has the ability to control a game with its defense, that's where I would expect the focus to be.
And that's exactly right. I mean, if they're going to play to their strengths, they should be pouring a lot of effort into their defense. I think coach is coming into this one with the right mindset.
Chandler with the screen on Williams, and a wide open look for Freak. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Freak's got 5.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Afflalo with it, picked up by Harris. Williams a screen on Harris, and Afflalo wide open. He shoots. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the basket by Harris.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Harris against Afflalo. Calderon has the open look. And that time, also a missed shot. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Moutier, and he lays it straight in. Moutier's got 5 points so far.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
I tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that, I know it. You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
Denver making a switch here. Arthur's checked in, and here's Denver. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Pass to Freak. All alone. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense.
Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say about adjusting. Good points, Clark. What roll? Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Afflalo in for Roten. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Freak is out there with Moutier. Here's Anthony. And the Knicks miss again.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Now here's Calderon. D right on him. Afflalo right side. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Gallinari against Anthony. Now here is Gallinari. His last outing he had 18 points. Clock at 6. For 3. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Moutier kicks to Farid. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that. And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls was simply terrific. He ended with 11 points and added a couple of rebounds with that. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Moutier passes to Jokic. Shot clock at 5, and the shot is good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Knicks trail by 11. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Moutier dishes to Freak. Dives for it. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. And that does it for the...
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks. Knicks fans, these are your Knicks.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. He's checked in for Tony Rote. Freak's checked in for the Nuggets. Gary Harris comes in for Will Barton. Calderon is out there with a Flalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line. It's been a solid outing for Gallinari. He has 8 points and 2 steals as well.
Lopez a screen. Here's Calderon. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. From deep. Anthony's shot is off.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait 1 more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch 4 in the NBA.
Good call.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. The putback can't get it to go. Now Denver takes it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, more than anything else, I think three-point shooting was the key, the catalyst, if you will, in that game.
Yeah, it's really a nice weapon to have because it makes things easier for you in other parts of your offense when you can knock down the 3.
Calderon for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. Last season they split the series, and they may not be in the playoff conversation, but this still, for me, is an intriguing matchup.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter.
How the Denver Nuggets ranked in the NBA statistics. Second in fewest turnovers per game. Third in rebounding. And they are ranked third in limiting opponent field goal shooting. That's always an impressive number. Anytime you're in the top 3 in that category, you're doing work.
And you got to love how well they safeguard their offensive possessions. You see the ranking, second fewest turnovers committed, terrific ball handling, and smart passing.
Move the ball.
Here's Freak, and it's Denver scoring again. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Williams passes to Serafin. Good, great play by Williams to set it up.
Next down, 43, 58.
1:03 left in the third quarter of the game. Chandler outside. Dishes to Freak from the wing. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and look at the NBA's best rebounding teams for this last month. The Nuggets third.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
Roten kicks to Serafin, and the shot is good. Serafin's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
And he gets it to go.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Roten kicks to O'Quinn. Arthur grabs the board.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Freak. Jokic passes to Arthur. Harris kicks to Freak. Back to Harris. Chandler inside the line. The wing jumper off target. And as we end the third quarter, a double.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to a different look for New York. Serafin comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's Kyle O'Quinn in for Aaron Aflalo. And the Nuggets making a change here. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Freak, he's in at small forward. Boudier out there with Will Barton. Then there's Kenneth Faried.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Barton dishes to Moutier. Feeds to Freak. Here's the floater. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. A different look for New York. Robin Lopez is checked in for Kevin Serafin. And it's Aflalo in for Kyle O'Quinn.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Denver.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And I like what they've done here. Made the plays they had to. That's why they'll be going up 1-0 in their season series against the Knicks.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Gallinari. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. And Cleanthony Early subbed in for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Freak. 18 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
You know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
Follow the pass to O'Quinn. Here's Serafin. The shot misses. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Freak with it. It's stolen by Early.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The first free throw is good. Galloway hits both of them. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA.
Hey. All right now. What's up, girl?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
He came off the bench and torched him tonight. That's my torch sound, Ernie. I know it don't sound like a torch, but I know you feel the heat. I don't think the plan was for him to play as big as he did tonight. But once this kid hit the floor, it didn't take long for him to take over.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
As I was saying, got a real big problem. All this kitty stuff, you evil twins, CC and Dom got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate.
Some people say you just hang around. That you
We got Blake Griffin and the Clips on deck tonight. Going up against him, you almost just hope you don't end up on a poster. But I've never been one to just get out the way. I'm ready to step up, no matter the consequences. Gotta earn my stripes sometime, you know? Here we go.
We are live at the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in L.A. The Nuggets will kick off their road trip right here. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against Sacramento.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
So on the floor for Denver, Freak in at small forward. Will Barton is out there with Moutier. Then there's Gallinari.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
For them to be successful, Kevin, he said they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees every time the ball gets in the post. If they don't collapse on their post threats, he knows they're in for a long game. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. And that one's good. Freak.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pick by Griffin. The drive by Paul. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Paul's got his first 2 points of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Passes it to Green. Back to Paul. Banked in off the glass.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Moutier can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Good. How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Clippers leading by 11.
And how about Moutier, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Rivers. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix. The pass to Pierce. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler. The Nuggets trail by 9. Moutier dishes to Freak. Takes the 13-footer. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Freak's got 7 points in the game.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 7. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position. Vertically challenged. That's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific player.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off the turnover.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word that just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Let's take this chance to look at the teams that have been the league's most efficient passers this past month. The Clippers, number 1.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they pass the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Pierce comes in for Jordan. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. And Denver also making a switch. Burns checked in.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings was superb. He ended with 19 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Here's the screen. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Laverne, and it's Rivers with the rebound. Clippers leading by 16. Green kicks to Redick. And again, no good by the Clippers.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Pass to Jokic. He dishes it to Moutier. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. For Denver, they have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Freak. Offensive rebound. Laverne. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so we conclude the first half.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with...
And as we begin the second half, first half, Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Green. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul out there with Austin Rivers. And it's Crawford at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Paul Pierce has checked in for Paul. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Rivers kicks to Jordan. Jordan the screen. They double team Griffin. Clock at 6. And Pierce, here we go. No good from the left block.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
1:58 left in the third quarter. Rivers kicks to Pierce. Outside Griffin. Back to Pierce. Shoots. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, you know, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well. Corralling those Karens.
Yeah, that's about the only thing, because not a whole lot else going right for them thus far.
They get it again. Here's Freak. Can't get it to fall.
Just tentative in the paint. Lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. He hits both from the stripe. And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Moutier, he's checked in for Denver. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Don't overlook the success they've had at the free throw line tonight either.
Crawford against Harris. Crawford passes to Aldridge. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Aldridge has got his first 2 points. Chandler with the screen on Rivers. Moutier kicks to Laverne. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Pierce with it. Now Chandler defending. Aldridge kicks to Crawford. Denver grabs the miss. Freak's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's Laverne missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Moutier dishes to Freak. No good on the triple. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play. With some changes. Griffin's checked in for Aldrich. Crawford comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Freak's checked in for the Nuggets. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Freak in at the 3. Will Barton is out there with Moutier. Then there's Kenneth Faried. Moutier kicks to Freak. The Nuggets with another miss. The Clippers in the lead. Griffin sets the screen for Crawford. Off the screen. And the Clippers miss again.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. After what was just a horrendous shooting performance in the first half, they finally started to find their stroke.
And amazing that they hold the lead with how poorly they shot in the first half, but they've defended at a high level and remain in control.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, "We're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets." Pretty strong words, guys.
Denver in the lead. Here's Barton, defended by Paul. And here's Freak. And a pick bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Freak's got 5 points now this quarter.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Griffin's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 4. Moutier pass to Freak. Here's Barton, headed by Green. There's the feed to Freak. To the inside, and taken away by Paul. And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles. Paul with the ball.
Looking at the game for Green, he's got 8 points and 2 blocks.
At the line for your Clippers.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Jeff Green drops them both.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
Well, we can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yeah. Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Paul outside. Lets the 3 fly. Can't get it to go. And it's Denver the other way. And he commits the intentional foul.
Chris Paul. That's his 4th personal foul. 3rd team foul.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Here is Paul. To the middle. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And that one misses. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Paul dishes to Jordan. Paul kicks to Jordan. Pass to Crawford. Shoots the 3. Can't get it to go. So the Nuggets win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player, Freak.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
When Freak puts it all together, it's no contest to who the best player on the court is. He was outstanding tonight. His feel and understanding of the game were on display.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
Yo, Freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
Freak, I didn't expect you to be here.
Coach let practice out early.
You okay? What's going on?
Same old, same old.
Wow, your shoulders are really tight. Are they stressing you out again?
Yeah.
Well, you know you always got me, right? I'm always gonna be here. Baby, I'm your ride or die. And as quiet as it's kept, you and I are the real Team Freak.
Of course. I never had this feeling with any other woman in my life. And she gave me a different feeling, which was something I fell in love with. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. It just became that. You could tell when we started falling, like, I get a text message and she's, who is that? And it's just like,
The NBA season is a grind. There's no question about it. And tonight may be another game in the endless stretch of games, but that don't make it any less important. Time to put on my game face and do what I do. Win games.
It's time for some hoops at Pepsi Center, home of the Nuggets, and we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great changes. Freak comes in for Fareed, and Harris subbed in for Moutier. So the Thunder 5 right now. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Kanter. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the small forward.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Pass to Jokic. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career. Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Roberson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
The shot's good from Cantor.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
The Thunder leading by 5. Passes it to Roberson. Chandler with the rebound.
One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Off the pick, and he drops that one in.
Kevin Durant.
Durant's got his first basket of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Goes up again, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
We've got 1:28 left to play here in the first. And he slams it one-handed.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Huntington left for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Payne in for Roberson. Gallinari passes to Freak. Good on the three-point shot. Freak's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And Adams kicks to Payne. They set the screen. Here's Westbrook. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Harris kicks to Gallinari. Here's Freak. A three-pointer off the mark. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against Houston.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
Yeah, they saved their best for last that day. Got it done in overtime.
Gallinari against Collison. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Harris against Westbrook. There's the pick. Here's Payne. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
What a three.
And Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to... Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with this new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. what stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
They've kept the ball moving, Greg, and their opponents chasing after it. That's how they've piled up all the points.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Freak is out there with Moutier, and it's Laverne in at the center. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings had a nice performance. He ended with 19 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. This game of his was just a standout all-around display of basketball. Coaches love to see that, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
You know, when you look at the Thunder and their defense, it starts with the length they have on the perimeter. It also helps to have rim protectors backing them up on any drive.
No good on the free throw. And that concludes the...
Your Nugget Stats!
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. Freaks checked in for Moutier. Thunder trailing by 9. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Westbrook. And that's 15 points for Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept them in it.
6 to shoot. Barton kicks to Freak. Got it from 16 feet. Freak's got 11 points. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Durant. Screened by Ibaka. Here's Freak. The shot is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the boards.
Yeah, they were overpowering inside, and you've really got to like their chances, Greg, if they can replicate that tonight.
Jokic gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
The feed to Durant. Fades and shoots. And it's Denver with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have. You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, and yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Here's Barton. He's covered by Westbrook. And here's Freak. He's got 11. Chandler dishes to Freak. That 3 off the mark. Thunder trailing by 11. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams comes in for Cantor. And it's Payne in for Andre Robertson. Here's Payne. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Jarrell Arthur. He's checked in for the Nuggets. Moutier comes in for Freak. The Nuggets shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Freak in at the 3. Will Barton is out there with Moutier. Then there's Kenneth Faried. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Barton passes to Freak. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Barton. Thunder with the rebound. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. Durant kicks to Roberson. Up top, Cantor. Now the dish to Durant. To tie it up. And good. He nails it. Durant's got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Durant with the steal. And now Durant running the floor.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Cantor, high post, right at the free throw line. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 9 points for Enes Kanter.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
Barton kicks to Moutier. Here's Jokic. Adams defending. Wing shot on the way, and that one's good. Free.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. They set the pick to the middle and stolen by Freak. Screen by Faried. Barton in the corner. Out to the right wing. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. No good on the 3. Thunder have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Outside Westbrook. Here's Adams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin.
1:56 left in the fourth. Barton dishes to Freak. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And it's blocked by Adams. Ibaka against Chandler. Ibaka drawing the double team. Here's Westbrook. And he gets it to go. Westbrook's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day. And I like that kind of aggressive play.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball.
And make your presence
something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Soft.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told his guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
All right, Doris. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Guys, they've done a nice job of drawing countless fouls in this game, and as a result, they've gotten a ton of points at the line.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Been a great game tonight for Westbrook. 16 points, and he's hit 6 shots from the charity stripe, contributing to their offense.
And you know what? When he's had the opportunity, he's been in attack mode, and that's what led to those points at the line.
And he gets it to go.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Taken away. Now, Freak. Jokic passes to Chandler. Feeds to Freak. Sinks it. A tremendous three to tie it up.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Yes!
Man, it's nothing but bottoms for Ibaka right now.
36 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Now you need every basket you can get.
Greg, I think they're still alive here, but they better execute every trip down the floor from here on out.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the gap to 1. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Now here's Westbrook. He's guarded closely. Inside. Clock at 4. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking the...
Kevin,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times. What are your thoughts, Shaq?
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
He deserves a ton of credit on how many areas of the game he impacted tonight. His defense.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a...
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
This is it. The last game of my rookie season. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
We have the Nuggets as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Look at the Trailblazers, and this is a dangerous team, there's no doubt about it, with the Western Conference's fourth best record.
And it's been a one-sided season series thus far. I mean, they've won all 3 games and can make it a clean sweep here tonight.
Not just an edge in matchups, but a mental edge as well. I mean, they figured out right away this season how to exploit this team's weaknesses, and they've been relentless in doing it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Freak in at the 3. Moutier out there with Will Barton. Then there's Kenneth Faried. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Lillard outside. Dishes it to Plumlee. Swiped it away. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. The offensive rebound. And again, Kenneth Faried.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Here's Aminu. Off target with his 3.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
And that one's good.
It took him a while, but finally they take the lid off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one to get a team going. We'll see if that's the case here.
Now here's Freak. His last outing, 16 points for him. And yes, sir, that one drops.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Aminu up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Denver with the ball. 6-point game. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And you know what, though? Not only did they get to the free throw line a lot, but they converted at a high clip.
Old school basketball here. Hard-nosed, fundamental, just solid old school performance right there.
Now here's Plumlee, coming off a solid outing against Minnesota. And he gets the bucket. The Nuggets leading by 4. Moutier kicks to Freak. Faried, right side. Here's Barton. He is guarded by McCollum. 4 on the shot clock. Barton, no luck. The Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Stolen by Faried. Barton kicks to Moutier from 12 feet out. Here's Jokic, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
There's the dish to Aminu. Kicks to McCollum. Plumlee sets the pick for McCollum. Second shot opportunity. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Farouk Aminu is out there with Davis. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
Tell you what, man, it looks as though the light is officially gone on for Ed Davis. I mean, he drifted around a bit over his first 5 seasons, but he made real strides last year.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Martin is checked in. Going back to Ed Davis, his rebounds, field goal percentage were way up last year. He's finally developed the strength to anchor inside. And, Greg, the skill set to convert scoring opportunities as well.
And Kevin, you can see his confidence growing. He just needs to keep at it to reach his full potential.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz played some very good basketball. He picked up 16 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint him.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
Martin dishes to Gallinari. Pass to Freak. To the right side. Martin passes to Gallinari. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Lillard. The shot, no good. And Denver the other way now. And a wide open look for Freak. Another 3 for Denver.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Davis with a screen on Harris. To the middle. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Davis.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Barton, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Denver.
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Leonard, he's checked in for Portland. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Arthur comes in for Gallinari. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison, college and pro. I think you're right on.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from McCollum.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And Faried kicks to Freak. Off target from three-point range. Aminu with it. Harris is there. Aminu with it. Picked up by Harris. And here's McCollum. A 14-point game for him in the win against Minnesota.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch that one.
There's the feed to Faried. On the wing, Harris. With the shot. And it's Freak missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Plumlee with the screen. Lillard attacking. Misses from short range.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Plumlee. Portland again missing.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Here's Fareed. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Fareed's got 6.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Fareed. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Moutier dishes to Freak. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Freak's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nuggets. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Lillard attacking. And the shot is long.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. Portland the foul. The Nuggets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good. Freak.
Well, it's been a good game tonight for Freak. 12 points, and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
And Portland making a change here. Davis is checked in.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second. Getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Henderson, no good.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Chandler kicks to Moutier. Here's Freak. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Freak's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Nuggets on top, up 11. From Portland, we're back. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll soon find out because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
So on the floor for Denver, Freak, he's in at small forward. Bill Barton is out there with Moutier. Then there's Kenneth Fareed.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
The Nuggets leading by 9. Damian Lillard is a two-time All-Star. He just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him, which serves him well. He almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
Here's Freak. Offensive rebound. And Fareed kicks to Freak. Leonard against Fareed. Dishes it to Freak. They shoot again. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Freak's got 16 points.
And for Lillard, that motivation. Remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving. And Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry.
All right, I want everyone to give it up for your Blazer Dancers.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able...
The Nuggets leading by 7.
And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his star definitely on the rise.
Chandler, the pass to Freak. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From past the arc. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. So it's Portland now. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game. As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that time.
Pass to Chandler. 6 to shoot. Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. It's stolen by Davis. Grab, dishes to McCollum. Feeds it to Crabb. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now just a 2-point Denver lead. Harris kicks to Fareed. He got it up. And the release was before the buzzer. But it... All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one for the Trailblazers. Myers-Leonard, he's checked in for Davis. Harkless comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. And it's Henderson for Allen Crabb. And Denver with a change here, too. Freaks checked in. Myers-Leonard is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Henderson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Harkless in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard, the pass to Plumlee. Henderson, no one around him. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
That is good. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
To hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
And thank you, Doris. To the inside, Leonard. Denver grabs the miss.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Guys, it's their hard work inside that has them out in front, but they can't let off now. They've got to keep it going.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to ease up off the threes. Yeah, he hasn't had much luck getting shots to fall here. Just 2 of 7 down the stretch.
Now, Moutier. He dishes it to Freak. From outside the arc, Aminu grabs the miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Lillard against Fareed. Here's Aminu to tie it up. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but